So how realistic is it to stay faithful in a long distance relationship?
It's not.
So basically, it's like, for example, you live in London, your partner lives in Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So it's just like that for quite a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you really love each other, like you've been together for a while, whatever. So how likely is it to remain faithful?
I think there are a lot of factors that come into it. So I think it is quite realistic if all these factors are ticked. If you've got a lot of money and you can see the person every other week,
That's true.
by all means, I think it's very realistic, because you could be in the same London and schedules would make it so that you actually can't see each other that much. So does that mean you would cheat, or what does that mean for that? So I feel like it really depends on how the relationship is like, how often you see the person, how intense the relationship is, and what stage in life you're at. So if you're at the stage where you're married and you have a job somewhere and they have a job somewhere else, you're going to make it work. Do you see what I mean? If you're at a stage where, you know, you're 18 and it's your first year of relationship, maybe it's less realistic. If you're planning to see a future with that person, maybe you can make it work too. So I think there are so many factors.
So let's stay on that factor where
Yeah.
he doesn't have that much money. He's
So
in
he
Africa.
doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't have money to come see you every week.
Yeah.
So you might see him. No, both of you
No,
just
both.
it's expensive to
Okay.
go see someone that far.
Yeah.
You get it. So you might see each other.
So what's the
once-
longest period? So
once or twice a year.
Once or twice a year.
Yeah.
I really think it depends on you, to be very honest.
Nah,
If you're someone, it's a
no
sticky.
way.
No, I think it depends on you. If you're someone you're not, because what is cheating to you? Having sex with another person, right? Or seeing another person.
not just
A
that.
lot of
A lot of
factors.
things.
Okay, a lot.
of
So there are a lot of factors as well.
Yeah.
So if you're someone, let's start with, you're not very sexual like that. You don't really go out like that to even be
That's
tempted.
irrelevant to me.
No. So you don't even go out a lot like that to be tempted.
Nah.
So you literally just go to work, you come home. I do believe that you could stay in a relationship for a year and actually not cheat. Now, if it's a situation where it's a year and that's all, then maybe you could hold it so that you don't cheat. If now it's a situation where you're going to stay in a relationship for 5 years, he's there, you're here, and there's no going back and forth, then that's a different situation. I don't know.
You don't know if you might cheat.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm personally, I don't do long distance relationship. Reason why is because of past experiences. It's not something I'll do again. It just doesn't work out for me. Given that, those circumstances you've given, he hasn't got money, I haven't got money, so we can't see each other that often. It's not a situation where, we're not 18. Let's just say we're not 18. We're grown, we're older than that, but we're both working. He's working out there, I'm working here. And, I work minimum wage. I can't just buy a ticket every year to go Ivory Coast. He can't. Yeah, there's visa and all that restrictions. He can't just come here. I won't go for it. So I don't think it's realistic for me. I don't. Yeah, and
Meaning, if you was in a situation, you're more likely to cheat.
no, meaning I won't put myself in that situation.
Yeah, I know you won't.
Yeah.
But now
Oh, you said
the
you've
question
had it in the
is
past.
genuinely,
Were you
if that
tempted?
is the situation.
No,
where you
I
cheat.
have been in that situation and I didn't cheat, but I wouldn't trust him not to cheat.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
So you do
Yeah.
admit that on half of the side, it is possible to be in a long distance relationship and not cheat.
Yeah, it is possible. I think both of you can not cheat. It is possible, but it's hard.
It's hard.
But I personally wouldn't put myself
In the
in that
situation.
situation.
So
Yeah,
that you wouldn't have
'cause-
all these problems coming. following from
exactly.
it.
Yeah, I just don't believe in long distance relationships.
Okay.
I don't. Very skeptical.
Mandela.
Me?
Yes, your opinion, fella.
All right, for me personally, because I've never been in this situation, never been in a long distance relationship. However, from people who have been with, like my friends and family who have been in that situation, I don't think I would like to be in that situation, because, people. All right, I need to think of my words properly here.
Chill out, mate.
But I've heard of stories where people have been in those sort of relationships, and being faithful is very hard, because being faithful is not just sexually, it's emotionally, different types of ways. And if you're working with people, I don't know, say I'm working with a girl, and she's very attractive, and I know I'm in a relationship, but I'm I'm seeing that girl more than I'm seeing the person I'm in a relationship with. That is a bit of a sticky situation because I've got more contact with the person I'm seeing at work than the person I'm in a relationship with. Day in, day out, 6 hours, 10 hours. Eventually, I'm gonna catch feelings. It's just, it's natural. We're human beings. We're attracted to each other. So
You're just gonna catch feelings for a girl that's good looking. You work.
I don't
sorry?
think so. I think he made the point. I think
So
he
he
made the point.
said he's just gonna
Yeah,
catch
no,
feelings.
because he made the point that if he's at work with the person all day, let's say 9 to 5, then he's with that person more than he is with the person that he's with.
Yeah.
However, if you make that point, this is how I counteract it.
Okay.
That means in the same London that you're in, let's say you live down south and your
Alright.
girlfriend lives all the way north.
okay,
That's not a long
all right, but wait, hold.
relationship.
Okay,
That is
North London
yeah.
or
And
north
you
of
live-
England.
No, North London.
Okay.
And you're all the way down south,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
However, same thing. You go to work 8:30 to 6:30.
Alright.
The person that you're working with, you see them more technically.
It's true, mate.
Then
Yeah.
because you don't live with your girlfriend,
Alright.
so you see the person you're working with
More.
way more. So even if you spend the whole weekend with your girlfriend, you still see that person. That
Alright.
you're during the
True
weekend
point.
more.
Even if they were living together, you still
Technically,
see that
you,
person at work
and,
more
and
than
also
the person
habits
you're
grow
living
with that person.
Okay.
You'll eat lunch with that person. You'll do things with that person that
So
you don't
you
even do
still-
with your girlfriend that's at
True,
home.
true.
So my point is, when you talk about this example,
Okay.
I'm like,
it's
it's
a
a
bit-
bit sticky.
All right then, but
Yeah.
but when you're in this situation where you know that person's halfway across the world, I don't know, 6 hour, 10 hour flight away, it's a bit, it's gonna play in your mind. It's gonna play in your mind. If you know you can get contact with the person you're in a relationship with.
So you do agree with the point that I made?
Oh yeah, of course.
He now added a factor that was like, let's say you don't have money, but I started with the fact that actually, if you're in a situation where you have money, because long distance could be France, England, that's long enough.
All right, yeah.
That's long enough. But if you could see them once every 2 weeks, I know some people they were in relationships in the same England, let's say.
Yeah.
The person lives in, let's say, Chester, and they live down here,
Okay.
and they still don't see each other once a week. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah, of
does that
course.
count as longer distance than someone who lives in France or
To
someone
me,
who
that's
lives
long
in
distance as
Switzerland?
well.
Yeah, it's true.
This is what I mean, but it's all about the means that you have to actually see the person.
Oh yeah, of course. And on
How
top of
often
this,
you talk to the person, how often you're, around the person, and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
But he said, let's just say you have no financial means to see them. So he's putting you
Yeah.
like the worst circumstances.
So if you're in the worst
where there's
case-
no money, how realistic is it that you're gonna stay faithful?
But that's
Just
my
basing
point.
it on,
so if
Phones and FaceTime.
staying
and-
faithful means that if I don't have money, boom, boom, boom. So let's say I'm in the same England. My job is literally across the road. I don't pay for Oyster. I don't pay for anything to go to my job. I literally walk. And I'm in that situation, like you said. I work with a girl that blah, blah, blah. That means your girlfriend in North London, you don't see her every other day as well. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If we
of
want to
course.
now bring money into it, maybe it is cheaper to get an Oyster card to go down north, but maybe it's not as convenient. So what's convenient is going to work seeing that girl that you see every day. So if it's to say faithfulness depends on that, then now we all have to be like, let me just live with the person I'm with and I'll stay faithful.
oh yeah, sure.
People
Fair
cheating,
point.
I genuinely think
Fair
if
point.
you want to leave your girlfriend at home, go to the club and cheat, you will leave her at home
Fair
anyway.
point.
Doesn't mean
It doesn't
have
mean
to do
fair
it.
enough.
Yeah.
Long
Fair point, fair
distance plays a little bit more on your mind, but it does also come down to the person. Cheats are cheats. If you want to go out and cheat, you will go out and cheat.
No,
The difference,
I think
the difference-
distance is not distance.
the-
Because he gave Ivory Coast. You're talking about North London.
North London, yeah.
My point is,
no.
regardless of you being in Ivory Coast or down the road,
Yes, because
If
look at
you
the
check
example you said. You said you were in a relationship
If
for a
you wanna cheat, you
year.
wanna
The guy
cheat.
was in Ivory
Big fact.
Coast. You were here, you didn't cheat. So
There's a big
it does
part.
go down to your mentality. You said you wouldn't
Huh?
put yourself in the situation because you know how hard it is. But maybe someone who was far away would have cheated faster than you did in the year. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe someone who was in the same England. I've known people in the same England, in the same London. Mate, morning I'm with this girl, evening I'm with that girl. So
Shut
what
up,
happens
man.
there? What
Alright.
happens there?
For
So
me now-
that's what I mean. It also does boil down to the person that you are. I do think that if you're strong enough not to,
yeah.
For me now, you need to ask what stage of the relationship are you in?
that's what I said. As
Because obviously if you're in the early
Long
stages,
term, mate. Long term.
Alright, long
Because
term.
think about it. Let me give you examples.
Here you go.
Let's say you all have
I don't think it matters.
you all have girlfriends, right?
Right now is the perfect situation. You're here, she's around. What happens if life makes it so that she has to go away for a year? What do you do?
No, if it's a year, it's calm.
That's what I said. So this is my example. So if it's a year, you already put in your head, oh, so let me make it work for a year. What if the guy who's in Ivory Coast, right? He says, in a year, I believe that I'll have the visa, so I'll come. You're hoping for a year. You're like, oh,
No,
it's
but-
a
Yeah,
year.
but I'm looking at the
I
worst
think
case
I-
scenario. I'm making it sound like, look, listen, he lives there, mate. You live here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
For
So
the-
it's, you know it's not going to be now. Like,
Yeah.
where you're going to be spending time with each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to take many years.
Yeah.
And you're unable to see each other, like, more than maybe once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Like, can you sustain that relationship without cheating?
What I said
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's on the same wavelength, though.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the same wavelength.
For me, like I said,
It's not gonna
yeah.
work.
What was cheating to you, though?
What do you mean
Sexually,
cheating?
emotionally.
All of it.
But if he, let's
Yeah.
say, he lives in Ivory Coast and I'm here,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
your meaning of cheating might not be the same meaning as mine. Is your cheating, for instance, giving oral sex, or just talking to someone?
Oh,
No,
come on,
no,
Helen.
but some people. Sorry, but I'm so sorry, but some people, for instance, that are virgins, that, for instance, give oral sex will be like, yeah, but I'm not a her, or I'm not. Well, it doesn't think. What I'm trying to say is.
I don't know, mate.
What I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, no, this is what I'm saying first. If he lives there and I live here, me having a, let's say, how do I say, emotional connection with someone else. Yeah. We don't kiss, we don't hug, we don't see each other like that, we don't have sex, anything like that. But we just, we just have that connection. Is that cheating?
Yeah, it is.
What do you mean connection? You're spending time with them.
But that's why I asked you. What's
Yeah.
your definition of cheating? Because
Yeah, but all of that. Listen, something, Helen.
people might say no. That's why.
Okay, Helen. If your man was in the country, would you have that same connection, talking to that guy the same way every time if he's here with you?
No.
There you go. That's cheating then. Things you wouldn't do for your
Oh,
man.
you guys
For
listen
me,
to
it's
what
cheating.
I'm saying. I asked you, what's your definition of
Yeah,
cheating?
for me that like there's having
So whatever you wouldn't do.
yeah.
If your man.
If your man's there,
Yeah, you should've said
yeah,
that.
it's cheating. But I use the word cheating because we all know roughly what cheating is.
I think this whole thing depends on the severity of your relationship. If it's early stages, your relationship has just started. If it's long distance, it's not gonna work. Now, when we asked JP just now, he's in a happy relationship. When we asked him, let's just say life happens, your girlfriend has to go away. He said she has to go away, but he's like, of course I'll wait, because they've been together for a long time, so they can sustain that. But if you just met the guy, you like him, you met him on holiday,
In 2
you
months,
love him. Do you think no?
I wouldn't even get a relationship.
Exactly. But what if
I
you
doesn't
want?
agree.
Huh?
Yeah.
No,
I wouldn't.
No, but listen, no.
I think it's I don't.
Exactly. Prior to that relationship, yeah, you know the situation that you're gonna put yourself
Yeah.
in. So, me,
Obviously, some people get excited. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But for me, anyways, I feel like someone. That's what I believe. Someone will
Now
cheat.
we've been together
I believe realistically, someone will cheat.
yeah.
So pause. What about the people that see each other and they get married a month after and been together for many years? What does that feel? What is that?
I'm not them, so I can't speak for them.
This is my thing.
I'm giving my opinion.
What I'm saying, the reason why I said I don't agree with what Fatima said is you can't really say, well, what if you just met someone and then go away? So therefore, because
Oh, I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
Trying to say there should really be a time period of how serious it is.
That's not
Like, it can be
true.
serious.
Exactly, and
But-
if you and some people are the type to be like, well, I just met this guy. I feel like it could be going somewhere, so I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, and sometimes you wait because you feel like things could change.
Exactly.
You feel like situations could change.
But the
so
same
that's
way-
why you get in the
The
situation.
same way you can be with someone
because
for
you
5
believe
years
that
as
things
well.
can change.
And they will be so quick as soon as they touch, wherever they are, they will cheat. It doesn't mean anything. That your relationship. What about some African dads that leave their wives here and go to Africa and marry
Yeah.
other people?
Yeah, we know.
I'm not
we
talking
know.
about
What
what the
about-
partner would do. It's about what I personally would
Yeah, that's what I'm
do.
saying.
Yeah, but I'm talking about because obviously they're boys in it, so I'm trying
Yeah,
to
on the
thingy, but you can't really say well because that person could be in the same house. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm not saying people can't cheat here or cheat there. I'm just saying how realistic is it for just a long distance relationship?
Very unrealistic.
And for me, it's very realistic that you will cheat. Yeah, for me, it's very realistic you will cheat. That's what I think. That's why I wouldn't
Oh,
get
it's
into it.
very realistic that you will cheat.
That you will cheat
Yeah,
because
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying at me
Yeah.
the distance doesn't play
Doesn't equate
with
to, yeah.
if you're gonna cheat or not. It has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying in this scenario,
But in
specific
this situation,
In this specific
Yeah,
situation where you're saying
I
the
think
guy's
it does,
broke,
yeah.
he can't come, yes, you will cheat.
you will cheat.
They,
I
he's
think,
broke,
I think
you
realistically,
can't see each
Yeah,
other.
but-
Yeah.
someone will cheat.
You will cheat.
Huh?
Both of you are broke.
Yes.
You can't see
Yeah,
each other.
like
Yeah.
you can't see each other.
Okay.
That's what I
So,
said.
but the thing is, for me, that's not really a debate. That's just, I think
Common sense,
everyone.
man.
I think everyone.
I think
would say,
most people cheat.
realistically, I can only see you once a year
all
or twice a year. You don't have any. I don't. What is that?
Some
Like,
people have been,
Now people have.
You
I'm not
can
saying
do it.
some people can. Some people can film it.
Don't
Though.
do it.
No. Not probably they haven't,
You can
but
film
like people have probably found themselves in that situation where
yeah.
they're with a guy,
Yeah.
he hasn't got money, she hasn't got money,
Yeah.
and what do? We
Okay,
still
so-
love each other,
Yeah.
What
or do we
happens?
break up because we know it's not gonna? And yeah,
What happens
I
when?
think they'll cheat.
Yeah, let's say it's the same scenario what I just said. Yeah, but you're married. Yeah, you've
That's
been
what I said.
married for let's say 10 years. Yeah, and then he decides to go abroad, or he's in Ivory Coast and you're here, for instance, yeah, or vice versa. And then you're broke. You've been in a relationship before.
You don't even need to be broke. You can
Well,
be
no,
in a
'cause that's
situation
what
where it's been 10 years. She's got the kids, so it's not actually easy to just travel every
Yeah,
minute.
you actually
They
don't
have
see each
commitments
other.
here. They go to school. Boom, boom, boom. She can't move every week,
I
and you
think,
cannot
yeah,
move every
I
week.
think
to
in
your
that
job.
scenario,
What do you do?
I think you'll stay with the person. Like I'm talking about someone that's married,
Yeah,
but I
You can
still
stay
believe he will
married,
cheat.
but you still
Yeah.
cheat.
Yeah.
I still believe he will cheat. I feel like that this
I
will
feel
cheat.
like on paper, yeah, it says we're married.
But do you think in that sense male and female are the same all the time? Because he's saying you'll cheat, and
Who do you think will cheat first then?
Either one.
I can't. Obviously, everyone's different.
I think male or
Everyone's
female,
different.
either one.
Everyone's different, so I
you
can't
think
say.
it's the same?
Like we're not all the same.
It's
man.
different though.
No, yeah, I don't.
What
think
sort of
it's
cheating
the
it
same.
is as well is different.
It's different.
Which one will get into a relationship and which one will just
Who do you
have,
think will
you
cheat?
know.
Who do you think will cheat first?
I think that depending on the circumstances.
Who do you think will be in a relationship first?
Yeah.
I think the girl would.
Yeah, 100%.
Who do I think will actually have sexual encounters?
Casual sex.
Yeah.
Boys.
Yeah.
Because I think
Naturally,
women sometimes can hold it. They really can.
It's
So
just-
this is why when Della said it depends what cheating. If you're saying emotional cheating,
Yeah.
then maybe she might feel lonely. She might feel like
Yeah.
this. But I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think she needs to now
Because
just.
like,
Burden, yeah.
emotionally, she could be looking for that in the next person,
Yeah.
in the next person that's closer to her, rather than a man that's like in the next.
Yeah,
country.
this is
That's
what I'm
the thing.
saying. So this is why when he proved the point
Yeah.
of it depends what type of cheating,
Mm.
then
Yeah.
you know.
What if there's a date where they know they're gonna see each other, so they're not together now?
I genuinely feel the woman can
and you
hold
know,
it personally.
yeah, and you
I
know
think
that
the
you're
woman
gonna
can
see
hold
each
it.
other in like 3 years. Are you gonna wait?
You are bluffing. You're joking.
You must be
3 years.
Whoa, no, wait.
Fatim change.
She said
3 months.
Wait.
Fatim change.
Wait, we were
Fatim
married
change.
10 years.
3 years. You're
We
waiting.
were
Man.
married 10 years. We got kids together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got kids together. Life happened.
And realistically, you don't cheat. That's what we're going back to.
Yeah, realistically, I could wait 3 years. If I know when 2019, 2020,
That's even why I think
2022.
Nah,
we
man.
wait.
Yeah?
2019.
What's the first that you gotta do?
In this day and age, it's not possible. Maybe in 1914,
We got 3 kids.
maybe before
I
the
can't
World
wait
War.
3 years.
If that was possible, you're telling me you
Oh, the husband's gonna go to war. The wife will be back. So
You've
maybe.
been married for 10
But-
years, yeah? You're 10, well, or whatever. You're gonna see him in 3 years. Correct. You have kids. Okay, cool.
No.
So hold on.
Even my kids will
No,
tell
wait,
me,
hold on.
"Mom, Mom."
Hold on.
For 3 years.
No, listen.
So,
So in 3 years, you think your man won't cheat?
No, forget
okay,
that.
let's just say he's deployed, like he's in the army. He's gone away for 3 years. Honestly, and he's coming back in 2022, and I will wait.
And you're saying
Yeah, that's
that.
good.
I'll wait.
But you
Because
can
I
still
know
cheat when he's-
it's because
he's
there's no
deployed.
certainty. I feel like people are saying, okay, he wants it because
But then-
when you don't know when it's gonna
Okay, so
happen,
okay,
when
so
you don't know
so
when
this
it's
is
Alleged
this is
extremism.
this is a
but I feel like I know.
Okay,
On
so
the 20th
this-
of June,
I agree. So
But how
this
realistic
no.
is
So
it?
you know
It's
what?
faithful, though.
This
That's
is
what
a
I'm saying.
perfect example.
What's
So
the
let's
message?
say
It's
in
the
this
date
broke
set.
situation that you initially said,
Yeah.
let's say you know that you don't have enough money to see him every other week, but you have enough money to see him once a year, and you will see him summer 2019.
Someone's cheating.
Oh my god.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Relevant, man.
Someone's
Do you
cheating.
see what I mean? So does that mean?
I think someone's cheating.
Everyone will cheat in that scenario.
Fatima.
Big
That's
facts.
why I wouldn't.
100%, fam.
So you have kids with that person.
I wouldn't trust
You know
that.
there's a set date.
My girl's living on the other side of the world in that chilling.
Everybody
shots
should
going.
in between that time.
Yeah.
You're going clubbing. You're
Yeah.
going.
Imagine that
And
cheat and I get
you're
pregnant.
going.
Imagine you cheat, you get
Oh
pregnant,
God.
he comes back belly, he knows that's not his.
No,
What do you do?
that's your conscience. I'm saying, what would you do?
How would you?
As in, Fatima, literally, like 3 years. Yeah.
So it sounds like Helen will cheat.
No.
Yeah.
No. There's social media. One. There's as in the temptation back then with our parents.
I know you
Now, yes. They don't have. It's a big difference. Our parents back in the days didn't have so much choices.
That's another thing we don't talk
Now
about.
there's.
Sometimes you cheat
someone
because
that
of
actually just.
your
Yeah.
mental
Exactly.
state.
That
You're
cheats.
missing them so much. You're sad. You're this. You're that. You know, he's deployed. You're just like, Somebody kind of makes you feel.
You realize that
different.
people feel
You'll use that
coffee
something for
season
years.
and I don't want to be tied
It
down.
might not
People have
be
that mentality
the first
bro.
2 years.
Alone. So bear in mind that you're not getting cuddles. You're not getting this.
Because of cuddles.
No, I'm not talking about just cuddles. As a person, sometimes you just sit there, you're thinking, wow, like you see some. Sorry, let me talk for me. I could be on the bus and I see someone. And I'm like, oh my god, like he's so gorgeous. But I won't be thinking, oh yeah, I want to do something.
Yeah.
And then there's someone else that I meet, for instance, we're talking, and I'm like, oh my god, like he's so funny. Ooh.
Okay, so you remember
So
the
you're
example
telling me-
Della gave. You're not at home. You're actually a working mom. You're going home. You're going to work. Blah blah blah. The guy is deployed for 3 years.
Yeah.
You get along with some guy at work, as in, it just flows.
Yeah. I've known my husband
like
coming in
water,
3
man.
years.
In 3
That's a
years.
dangerous
I'm not
Is he
sure.
not? Is he
Fine as a ride or die, like, yeah, man.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
Why?
2000, Fatima.
What's wrong with 2019? I
I
don't
don't care,
get
you
it.
know, this
Well, you missing this
generation.
year, because listen, let me tell you
Hold on,
why.
wait.
Okay, what?
Do you know why I know? Do you know why I know?
Fair enough.
Do you know why you want wait?
Why?
Because since it's now, while you're here and you're waiting for him, there's social media. You're gonna post it, someone's gonna comment on your picture, you guys are gonna start arguing. You're like, this one is pissing me off, my boyfriend's pissing me off. You're gonna want to turn up. Things will happen.
Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah,
is
there are
In
factors.
3 years.
a smooth
3
sailing
years.
relationship.
3
Is
years.
it a relationship? No way. Arguments on that way.
Listen. You lot can gang up on me all you want. I'm doing it for camera. Listen, I'm saying, if I know he's coming, I think what might make me cheat is, am I even gonna see this guy? Oh, it's long. Am I gonna have money next year to go on to go see him in the summer? I don't know.
No, what's guaranteed
But-
he's gonna come? You say
What
you
if
know.
he dies at war because he's deployed?
No, but that's not the example we've given. I said he's
Okay, what if he
coming back.
decides to push it back?
Push what back? He's coming back.
No,
That's
she's
what
giving
it
a
is.
scenario that he is coming.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's not that he is coming back.
But how
I know
does-
he's coming back. I'm
Okay.
waiting.
But you know he's coming back in
Only-
3 years.
Okay.
The only reason that person wouldn't wait is if I don't know.
Okay.
It was a ride or die.
So
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
it.
I agree. So if she
Come
said
on.
that for 3 years, so
The
you do
rider.
the same for 5 years, you do the same for 10 years. Because if you're saying, if I know he's coming back,
In 10
it's
years,
that means 10 years he's coming back as
No,
well.
that's a bit of a sticky one.
Save that one because I've got a different one for that. So
Not
let's not
nice.
go there.
Alright.
But so basically, realistically, people will cheat. That's it. That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Realistically, people will cheat. It doesn't mean you'll come out of a relationship, but the question is, is it realistic to stay faithful?
Yeah, you will cheat.
Yeah, I would never get in a long distance relationship anyway.
If you put yourself in a
Even if I trust myself,
and you know
yeah, but long distance.
then you're cheating.
For how long though?
3 years.
If she lives there,
3 years.
what do you mean 3 years?
3 years.
Yeah, I'm
sure she's gone for 3 years.
I'm staying with her, mate.
What?
I'm staying with her.
Guys
I'm
lying.
staying. You get
No
me?
way, fam.
No, if it's like a mission, she's going for something.
Why
For
you
3
lying,
years.
JP? If
What?
your girlfriend moves somewhere, she's living
If she
there.
moved to
Let's not
Jamaica.
get too
She moved to
personal.
Jamaica
You
for
don't
3
mind
years.
If she's there for 3 years, you would wait.
Oh, wait.
That's that different to what I was saying.
I never said you wouldn't. I said you're right there. I never disagreed.
So you would wait.
Yes, I
So you
would
know
wait.
she's coming back after.
If it's there.
What a lie, mate.
I didn't say.
Man's there than that.
What did I say? What did I
So
say?
realistically, anyone that's long distance.
I said realistically, you're more likely to cheat.
So
you're waiting, but
you're
you're
likely to cheat.
I don't know. She could cheat, or I might cheat.
No, I'm talking about
It's not about that. I can't answer that question because I've not been in that scenario. You understand? But I wouldn't even get in a relationship. But if we're already in a relationship,
already in a relationship.
yeah, that's different.
If you're in the
Then that's it. And she
Yeah.
moved for
So
a certain amount of time. But let's say she was to live in another country and I live here, I wouldn't be in a relationship.
So if your girlfriend had to move,
Yeah.
Let's say for a job. If she had
For
to
a
move
job.
Fam,
for 3
we're
years,
gonna
to
have
bring
to-
He's gonna stay with her, innit?
No, if she moves for a job but she's living there permanently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
you-
cheers, mate.
What should
But
we?
it's not
Are you
gonna work.
gonna move with her?
I'm gonna. That's a different topic. We're gonna talk about that. So I don't want to enter that. But if it's like we both live in different countries, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my opinion. So here's what it is, mate.
Okay, fair enough.